My name is Jansa Chibas. I'm the Acces Scholarship Coordinator. Having worked with Acces for close to 5 years, as from 2016, I can clearly testify that Acces has provided a life-changing gift of education to bright and needy students in Kenya. Access to quality education has the power to break the cycle of poverty and to make a bright future possible for all, and this has been the mission of Acces since its inception in 1993. Over 4,000 students have actually benefited from the scholarship program through the generosity of all of you donors, in conjunction with the Acces Board in Canada, the Executive Director, Kenya Advisory Committee members, Acces staff in Kenya, and all stakeholders in this organization, thus achieving their goals. Individually, I attended university classes with Acces-sponsored students, and I deeply understand the impacts that the organization has on people living below the poverty line in Kenya. As an Acces Scholarship Coordinator, I perform a number of duties, including: 1. I help to administer all aspects of the scholarship program, including intakes, interviews, orientations, fee payments, program files, and resource center. 2. I help to coordinate the flow information among students, respective institutions, Acces alumni, staff members, and the Executive Director in Canada. 3. I provide secretarial, procurement, and administrative services to staff in Kenya, KSC members in terms of staff meetings, i.e. writing minutes and writing program reports. 4. I assist the Director in smooth running of the scholarship program and undertaking any duties as assigned by him. 5. I perform front office job like welcoming visitors to the Acces office. 6. I help to draft the scholarship program budget in conjunction with the accountant, i.e. helping in writing of requests for scholarship program funds. 7. I help in preparation of fees for students by filling fee preparation sheets before disbursements of fees. 8. I also develop and strengthen partnership and collaborations with government ministries, civil society organizations, Acces alumni, and partners. I also come from a very humble background that gave it all in order to see me educated, and I'm more than glad and grateful to Acces for giving me the opportunity to coordinate scholarship issues. This has entirely shaped my life and provided life experiences that will be remembered in generations to come. On this day, therefore, I'm deeply appreciative of your support and look forward to working with Acces in more years to come. Thank you again for your generosity, and may God bless you.
My name is Oscar Madahama, the accountant Acces. I joined Acces in the year 2016 as the accountant, but I've known Acces for more than 10 years. I was a beneficiary at Acces since 2012. I was enrolled in the program from 2012 up to 2014 when I was doing my undergraduate at the University of Must, that is Masinde University of Science and Technology. I want to take this opportunity to thank the donors who made me be what I am. I have to confess that without the donors, I could have not been where I am now. The kind of impact the donors have done to the Kenyan society, the Kenyan community, especially the Western Kenya region, the multiplier effect is great. They have been able to help more than 3,000 graduates, and actually they are doing what you call it poverty eradication through education. I was born in a poor family in the poor villages of Western province of Kenya, a family of 7. Out of the family of 7, I'm the only one who was able to attain the higher education level. And it is through Acces that made me to be able to attain the higher education level, that's the degree part. And I joined the interest. I liked what Acces was doing through the community work, like the jiggering, health sensitization, mentorship, and other corporate social responsibilities. I have been a volunteer of Acces since the time I was enrolled as a student in the program. That is a beneficial of Acces. I've taken part in so many activities that Acces has done in the poor villages of Western Kenya. And I developed the passion, and my heart told me that if I get any chance to work and give back to the community, I'll be very privileged to work at Acces. And God granted me my prayers, and now I'm able to help the donors, help other needy kids and pupils and other persons in the larger society. And I'm happy to be part of this journey. I want to thank everybody who is donating the missing drop to help someone in this part of side, that is Kenya, especially in Western Kenya. Poverty is real. We have people living below $1. That is, they are just able to put one meal on the table. So whatever you guys are doing, the donors are doing, the board and the Acces staff in Canada, is a great job. And I hope you find time and resources, you come and find this on the ground with these people. You meet with us live and live. We try to narrate. Our stories are very long, and we can't tell them in a short clip of a video. So I'm the accountant at Acces, and I do various activities at the office. I'm the one in charge of the donor funds from Canada to Kenya. I also take part in budget preparations. I do the payroll for staffs. I also ensure that the Kenyan office complies with the government regulations. I also participate in proposal writing towards fundraising in Kenya. I'm also in charge of ensuring that all the students or all the beneficiaries of the programs receive their fees as budgeted and on a timely basis. We do checks to universities, and we don't do checks to personal accounts of the students. We do checks to universities. We pay fees through the university account. And I want to thank for the partial scholarship we offer. However difficult some of these students might be, but the little they get from the office, that is the partial part of it. It also help them in achieving their vision. I have a request to the Canadian management team of Acces, both the society board and the Acces board, and the Acces staff through our able executive director, that is Kevin Fadun. We have several, like everybody who applies for our scholarship qualifies for the scholarship, but our numbers are limited basing on the funding available. And my special request to the team, if possible, they come in and help more if it's possible. But we are also willing, we will be able to work with what will be available, because we can't do a budget that we are unable to fund. I know fundraising is a challenge, especially during this period of COVID-19. But our prayers has been that we'll be able to help these students. From this side, we are also working very hard on the Kenyanization, and we really want it to be operational as soon as possible. We are working with the other staffs, the KSC board, and the ASEF, that is the Acces Scholars Foundation. That was formerly the AA. It is a body comprised of all the Acces alumni, those Acces beneficiaries. And we are coming up with a workable plan to ensure that we have the Kenyanization program in place. So I just want to appeal to our donors and all the management team to help us through this process and also guide us so that we might have, we come up with a solution that is permanent, a solution that is long-lasting, so that we don't have something that might ruin the Acces good work that has done for the last more than 26 years in Kenya. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I am Milton Serembe Little, that born in the family of 11. I was born in Kakamega County. I joined Acces in 2005. I am head of security. My role as security head is to make sure that the students who come in are safe, has to register in the book. The compound is safe. The compound is clean, and many other things. I am happy to work with the Acces team because since 2005, I have enjoyed the good relation with the team. Thank you very much.
Well, my name is Anthony Mutevane. I am the Programs Director of Acces. Acces in full means African Canadian Continuing Education Society. It was started in the year 1993. So it has been operating for over 26 years. Acces has sponsored, from 1993, it has sponsored over 4,000 university students and 3,000 college students. In the past, we also sponsored students in primary and secondary education. In secondary, we sponsored over 600 students, and in primary, we sponsored over 3,500 students in primary schools. I would like to appreciate Acces so much for the work they have done in our communities around, especially the scholarship program. Acces has sponsored over 4,000 university students and over 3,000 college students, and most of them right now they are employed or they are running their own businesses that are successful, and they are able to support people in their own societies and even support others on the program. We really appreciate, because were it not for Acces, many of these people could be languishing in poverty. But through the scholarship program and through education, they have been transformed from poverty to people with dignity in life. I appreciate Acces because I'm also a beneficiary and graduate. I was sponsored in 2006 up to 2009, and were it not for Acces, I could have not finished my university education, because by that time I had lost both of my parents, my mother and my father, so I had no one to provide for me. I remember even I was compelled to sell chapatis and mandazis in the university to my fellow students just for my upkeep, and even save some little money to pay for my fees. That really enabled me to finish my university education. When I finished university, I went to teach at Kakamega High School. I taught there for 2 years. Then I got an advert that was advertising a job at Acces of education coordinator. By then Acces was running the community schools, so I was taken as the education coordinator. I came for the interview and I was successful, and I was taken as the education coordinator. I worked for 4 years. After 4 years, the former programs director got a new job, and she had to leave Acces. They advertised for the programs director's position, whereby the executive director, the KSC members, and other professionals sat on the panel that was interviewing us. We were 8 competitors, and luckily enough, I was also selected as the programs director, the job that I'm doing up to date. I am in charge of the Acces program of scholarship and in charge of the staff. I do training of staff, hiring of staff, and even help in the day-to-day management of Acces activities. So I report to the executive director in Canada. I also work with the KSC on consultation and advisory through regular emails and telephone contacts or whenever we have meetings. I hire, train and supervise and evaluate all Acces staff. I participate in the recruitment and selection of supervisory staff in accordance with Acces recruitment policy, arrange advertisement, undertake short listing of candidates, and conduct interviews. When completed, I organize orientation and induction programs for newly employed Acces staff. I train, support, and oversee program coordinators and partners in preparing monthly, trimester, and annual reports and annual proposals for the program. I collect, consolidate, and verify accuracy of monthly reports from all programs to send to Acces Executive Director. I develop and implement regular evaluating procedures, including regular monitoring of progress and financial records, and periodic evaluation of progress towards the current strategic plan objectives. I review funding proposals from partners and make recommendations to Acces Board of Directors through the Executive Director. I authorize financial expenditures in accordance with established financial policies and procedures. I ensure that Acces is in compliance with Kenya laws and regulations. I assist in the recruitment of new advisory committee as required. I work with the Executive Director, Acces Board of Directors, and staff in developing and revising operational procedures to remain current with operations and programs being implemented, and to maximize efficiency, transparency, and consistency between programs. I cultivate relationships with strategic partners in the private sector, government, and community service agencies. Develop and implement strategies for diversification for funding base, oversee and participate in staff efforts to locate suitable funding partners, write proposals, and apply for funding from multiple funding sources, such as UN divisions, foundations, multilateral agencies such as DFID, CEDA, DFATD, and other government aid and development institutions. I coordinate publicity, applications, screening, and implementation of Acces expansion plans. I publicize the work of Acces and its partners. I coordinate planning, orientation, support of volunteers and Canadian visitors to Acces in Kenya. I conduct frequent field visits to support and monitor program progress in communities where Acces is working. I support the design, planning, implementation, monitoring of community responsive development and education programs in Kenya, leading and participating in regular management and staff meetings, and provide input into decisions related to the day-to-day operation and management of overall Acces programs. I oversee the development of project concept papers for new areas of work, new programs or techniques, methodologies of implementation, and once they have been approved, participating in proposal writing and project implementation. I oversee the development of the Acces alumni, the Acces Scholars Education Foundation, including recruitment and the result of both Acces graduates and the current scholarship recipients. I liaise with the donors on a regular basis through the provision of reports as well as discussions on the development and directions of Acces programs, forums with the executive director and the board in Canada. I provide relationship management and networking with partners and other stakeholders in community development and education. So Acces helped those children and students in the communities who are not able to access primary education. And they came up with a strategy of building the community schools in between the public schools because of the large distance between one school to another. So the schools that were built, we have Emasera, Elufafa, Tumaini, Shitao Community School, Munasio, Shivagala, Ematsai Community School. Those schools were built completely. We have 8 classrooms, an administration block, a library, an adult class, a nursery, and a kitchen for the school operation. Then water was also installed, the tanks and the pipes for storing water for students to use. When we finished the schools, for sustainable strategy, we decided to hand them over to the government for sustainable management or operation. So now they are in the hands of the government. We handed over in 2013. Acces has a good reputation among its stakeholders in its thematic areas and has played a key role in steering right to basic health, education, livelihoods, economic empowerment, child rights, gender equity campaigns, advocacy, implementation and monitoring and evaluation of its projects, activities within Kenya. In addition, Acces enjoys recognition by the government and other local and international development stakeholders as a major partner in education, health, gender and livelihood sectors. The Acces Board of Directors and the Kenya Advisory Committee comprises of people with diverse backgrounds, bringing in their experience and expertise in supporting and steering the organization programs and activities. The organization has a diverse stakeholders and partners who are harmonized with the common interest of realization of its objectives, outcomes, goal and a mission. The organization has the capacity and systems in place for effective and efficient management of donor funds. These systems include results-based management tools such as performance measurement frameworks, PMF, logic models, work plans, and up-to-date financial reporting and monitoring tools. Acces has also worked with partners. This has helped us to reduce duplication of resources in the areas where we are working, and the partners have a good reputation about Acces. The community also really appreciate Acces because they built the 7 community schools which helped many children in those communities to access education. In 2018 we had an annual general meeting of the Acces sponsored students and graduates, and I came up with an idea of having a sustainable program that their alumni and the students will be able to fundraise and give back to the program, just to supplement what Acces is doing. So under that we agreed to unite all Acces sponsored students to give back to the scholarship program to support more needy students. We also agreed to support the mission of Acces of alleviating poverty through education, to fundraise funds in collaboration with Acces, to buy land and construct offices to host Acces and Acces to eradicate the rent cost, to collaborate with partners and other donors to support Acces programs, organize students and alumni meetings, mentorship activities and students organized activities, report to programs director and executive director on the progress of the Acces Scholars Education Foundation, strengthen the Acces Scholars Education Foundation by developing an e-list that will reach out to more graduates, group graduates together with who share a common background, follow students being sponsored by Acces, tap talents from Acces and students, outsource more donors and partners, incorporate Acces activities on the Acces website, build a strong brand for Acces and Acces, face-to-face meetings with the fundraising team and the alumni, involve graduates in the management of Acces, seek more funds from the government, have at least 5 graduates, support at least 5 more needy students on the scholarship program per year. Incorporate a new culture of contributing to Acces by all students. Identify graduates working in different professions to help Acces outsource for more funds. Set up an accounting system that can easily be interpreted and understood by non-financial experts or non-accountants. Also, help Acces to continue adapting more activities that are being run by Acces in future. That is the vision we have, or the mission we have as Acces, African Scholars Education Foundation. I am the secretary of that foundation. So we are very grateful for what Acces is doing, and I know in future we'll make this program sustainable and even touch more lives in Kenya, in the entire Kenya, because now we are working in the 4 counties. Thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Anthony Mutevane, the programs director. Thank you.